Chud the Builder? More like Chud the Chaser. Apparently, this is what everyone's been talking about since last night when this video came out called Chud the Chaser, where a trans woman tells the story of her relationship with the racist, provocateur live streamer Chud the Builder. Yeah, it's pretty much the long and short of it. There's more to this as well. It's not just our boy Chud, who's gotten into hot water with his fellow conservatives due to a record of not hating trans women enough, I guess. But let's go ahead and hear this young lady's story. Her YouTube channel is TS Baby Jane, so there'll be a link down below in the description, but let's see what she has to say.
Yeah, so last year, May 2025, I Chud the Builder.
Yeah, you expect it to be something that could maybe, possibly, potentially, maybe be a meme, or like someone lying just to make Chud the Builder look bad to conservatives, but then she pulls out the selfies and you're like, oh, this is real. He's never beating the allegations now? Listen, all I'm gonna say is when this story makes it to the prison he's in, they're gonna do things to him when they find out. Alright, they're gonna do things to Chud. It sucks, but prison's not exactly a progressive place. Ooh, the kiss is crazy. Oh my god. The kiss is crazy. That's crazy, dude. Oh my god. That is the best one. That is the receipt of all receipts. No one could argue they were just homies. Like, that's a date. That's them on a nice little date.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that. So, I was gonna give y'all some ContraPoints. I don't know, it's just like, why? This girl,
oh my god.
This video like in.
Do you guys want to take... I'll give you 3 guesses on what her favorite Pokemon type is. Probably water, followed by electric would be my guess.
I was gonna give y'all some ContraPoints. I don't know, it's just like, why? This girl, I should have made this video like in May. Instead, I've been working on it. And it's not like I don't have to actually say. The writing was important. The rest is not. And also, I'm never gonna say this exactly the same as I would a year from now. In the end, it's just like, say it. That's for all my procrastinators out there. Okay.
We got some maximum leftist audio here, but it's okay. We're here not for the audio quality. We're here for the content. I will bring it down to 1.20 though, because her editing is really locked in now.
You good, Mike? Me talking to my dad. I've been seeing other girls and twinks, and girl twinks, talking about their experiences with Chud the Builder. And I feel like I need to talk about mine too, because
Okay, to be very clear, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being attracted to trans women, or dating femboys, or whatever the fuck. Like, there's nothing wrong with this, but it's just, there is something that should absolutely be shamed about it when these guys know in their hearts that they see, like, a beauty in these people, even if it's something kind of fetishized. At least they respect them enough, or care about them enough, or see beauty in them enough to, like, be attracted to them, to kiss them, to fuck them, right? But they would use their platform to push politics antithetical to the rights of that group. It's the same deal with, like, incels at the end of the day, right? Like, there is something especially shameful if you're some anti-trans, right-wing, racist chud, and you get caught with trans women behind the scene. Because it shows that you're a coward with no convictions, truly, is what it shows. Because if you weren't a cowardly pussy cuck, you would be loud and proud out there fighting for the rights of trans people to be recognized and respected and loved. If you're willing to privately hide your secret love of trans women, like that's shameful and cucked compared to naturally coming to the conclusion that you should be using your platform to make a world where you don't have to hide that kind of thing. So yeah, the thing we're making fun of him here for is his cowardice. The fact that he was a coward, that this is how he truly felt, and he never used his platform to make the world better. Instead, he, like a pussy, hid it from the world.
Might have started it. I met him on Grindr, but that's not even, like, news at this point. Apparently we all fucked this dude. Before I take too much heat, He only mentioned that Nick Fuentes was a friend of his after our hookup. He knew he couldn't lead with the racism if he wanted to bag a trans. I'm not sure if he was a streamer yet. He had 1,000 Instagram followers on his Chud the Builder account, but it looked like workout stuff. I say I stared at it, and it's mostly a joke. He told me I was his first. We went out in May 2025. If anyone wants to cross-reference, I'm not bragging. I'd love to be wrong. Like, please God, prove me wrong. Looking back, and especially after what we know now, he might have just been telling me what I wanted to hear, or what he thought I wanted to hear. You know, chasers will do that. It's why dolls ask. They will flatter your insecurities until they get you into bed, then pick at them to make you stay. Guys like that see how low the bar is for T-girls, and what reason do they have to raise it? I get it though. I mean, one time I got so used to the DL treatment that I thought I loved a man just for door dashing his Taco Bell. But that's a different story. R.I.P. Jason.
Yeah, she's talking about exactly that kind of like cucked sort of coward thing where like a guy is willing to secretly have a relationship with a trans woman or secretly have sex with a trans woman, but he would never, ever, ever speak publicly in defense of a trans woman. If anything, they'll speak publicly against trans women and trans rights. It's just, there's nothing more pathetic than that. Genuinely. It's so pathetic to me.
I mean, Zach, I forgot he gave me a fake name. Before we get too balls deep into Chud's tea, I know y'all are here for the butt sex, and trust me, like, it's pretty wild. But I'm making a YouTube video.
Okay, we're getting
a TikTok.
We're getting details.
I need to explain my side of the story, where I was in life that caused me to ignore his red flags, and why I never stopped thinking about that beautiful TRT Groiper. So, in March 2025, I went through a breakup with my mechanic boyfriend. When I started dating Miles, I was only 3 months on HRT. He was the first guy I went out with post-transition. Even back then, when I was indistinguishable from a cross-dresser, I'd noticed that the kind of men who were hitting me up were different from the gay men I pulled pre-transition. By the time my boyfriend was moving out of our house, I was almost 2 years on estrogen. If you know about hormones, 2 years is the most amount of physical changes. You're not done, but the next 2 to 4 years is like more subtle. You smooth out, basically. Since I was new to dating as a estrogenized trans woman, and because I was freshly single from like a long-term relationship, I thought it would be good to just date around, figure out what I liked and what worked. I was excited at first. I always hated being a gay dude because I never wanted to date gay guys. I was finally pulling like masculine trade. They were my type, and I was trying not to get an ego about it because while I was flattered that they were hot, I was finding out the hard way that most guys, like, they will never be seen with me in public. You know, being trans is humiliating in that way. It's just like self-image roller coaster. Men will say like, I want to marry you, whatever, just to cancel the first date and say, come over, I'm already in bed. I know they're just saying shit, but it's like, if I'm so hot.
That sucks, man. Like, it really goes to show how fragile cis men are, that, like, gay people, 90% of people they encounter at least on a daily basis, like, just, there is no scenario where they will ever be compatible because they're not, either the right gender or they're not gay, right? Like your dating pool in some areas as a gay person is non-existent. Yeah, and yet there's not a gay cell movement, right? Like the gay cells, if they exist, are sparse, right? Like gay people don't turn their lack of access to other gay people to be in a dating market with into some kind of bitter, hateful thing, or maybe they do, and I just don't know about it. I am speaking a little bit out of my ass on this, but I've never seen that happen, and yet there is a movement, multiple movements around men not being able to get access to specific women that they like. You know, meanwhile, you've got like gay people, trans people who have an infinitely harder time finding people that are even like step one, maybe they're interested as an option, and they handle it so much better.
Why can't you be seen with me? I know why. These are rhetorical questions. And that's while I'm like speed running like a second hormonal puberty in my late 20s. I'm in my early 30s now. It's embarrassing to learn lessons that most people figure out at 16, that men will say anything to sleep with you. You think I'd have learned it. You think I would know this going into it. And I guess kind of, but then you just get like treated so bad in public that you kind of forget, like, anyone saying anything good, you're like, oh my god, thank you, oh my god. On top of that, you have to navigate being at the target of a culture war. It's better now. It gets better. I'm saying this like that because I'm like, I did just go outside and the fucking cashier was a fucking at that quesadilla place. I'm used to being greeted with fear and disgust. Just to have someone's husband wink at me when no one's watching. When I started going out with the
That's crazy, bro. It's wild. Okay, is it like maybe transphobia is primarily driven by like a taboo sort of attraction maybe for a lot of these guys? Because what I always experienced when I was younger was like an ignorance driven, like kind of gross out reaction, like, oh, weird, different, oh, like that was kind of how I reacted. And I assume most people feel that way. Maybe a lot of them are like, it's like something deeper and more fundamental for them than just, oh, different, unfamiliar, weird, you know?
miles, the difference was very clear. I mean, like, I'd still catch people giving me the trans stare, but I knew they wouldn't say anything. It's kind of funny because sometimes it was just him being a big burly guy, but other times there was clearly some kind of misogyny thing going on. Like, they would say something but held their tongue out of respect for him. Well, his girlfriend is a busted cross-dresser, but that's his choice. They're like, I would kill her, but what about her man? Dude, well, we used to fucking joke, if he killed me, the cops would come and they would like see me and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. You know how it goes with people like that, you know, like, are you okay?
Christ.
You know, I always appreciated him because he did see it. Dude, people, friends, love to be like, it's in your head, it's in your head. You're just hypersensitive. And it's like, people treat me like fucking shit, bro. Basically, Miles would see it, and he was there for me. I guess what I'm getting at is so much of my life revolved around a man who was proud to be seen with me that I underestimated the amount of shame I was going to be subjected to in dating. I started to rack up bad experiences. By early May, the excitement of dating was wearing off. I had met like one good man in a sea of chasers, and I realized all this energy I spent running around with them was like me not trying to be sad about my breakup. I missed my ex.
It genuinely seems like the amount of chasers on the left and the amount of chasers on the right, it's almost not even worth talking about. Like, I remember I would see people on the left get accused of being chasers all the time, and it would be like, they dated a trans person once and demonstrated attraction. That doesn't make you a chaser. Honestly, fundamentally, I think you have to fundamentally just be a creep about trans people to be a chaser. That's what I think it is. Like, I'm late, what's a chaser? A chaser is trans slang for a person who is not trans, or even a trans person. In some cases, they'll use it against trans people who are, it's like, imagine, like someone who's a chubby chaser, right? Like they like chubby girls or something. A trans chaser is someone who likes to chase trans girls, you know, like they that's what they prefer. They're always after some trans ass, right? That's essentially what it means. But like, chaser in the context of trans people has a much more negative connotation than chubby chaser does, right? So in this case, it comes with some like weird, dehumanizing, maybe dangerous, like he might murder me after we fuck, because then he might start thinking this makes him gay, and now he has to kill me to make himself straight again type, maybe that's how it goes thoughts, I'm sure. So yeah, that's what I'm referring to when I say a chaser. Like the kind of dude who is not secure in their sexuality, but cannot deny their attraction to trans women.
Missed his dog.
Or trans men, I guess.
The happy family. I know that's corny, but then one morning I woke up to a message on Instagram from Miles's mom. He'd gone out the night before to a small park on the lake near their house. People at a restaurant heard like an altercation and they called the cops, but by the time the cops got there, someone shot him. This is why I wanted to talk about it in context to Chud the Builder. Grief is so weird, and trauma is delayed. When you've nearly forgotten about it, when you think you've finally gotten through it, it creeps up on you. I thought that I'd been through enough loss and hard times in my life, I could handle it. I thought continuing to push ahead in spite of it meant I was doing good. Girl, I didn't need to crash out, what the hell? Like, I've been in therapy for 5 years, like, and in hindsight, it just hadn't hit me yet. You know, sometimes I wonder if I did more damage trying to keep it together than if I just, like, been a wreck for a few months. I think more so I like prolonged the crash out. All of it is like, I need to stop avoiding my emotions, you know? I learned that lesson at fucking like 16, 18.
The way she's holding her vape just makes me keep needing to hit mine, and they're all dead, and I need to wait till after this segment to go grab another one. So I'm suffering right now. It's like, it's that one scene in SpongeBob when Sandy puts the vase of water on the table, and SpongeBob's dying of thirst, and he's like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. How many vapes do you have? Oh my. They're disposables. I buy them at like 2 or 3 at a time.
Just being alive is like relearning the same lessons over and over. Kind of sucks. Like, I feel stupid. So I met Chud the Builder a month after my ex passed, when I was LARPing as Fine and continuing my tranny hoe phase. Chud showed up looking buff, beautiful, with his chaser trait and mustache. It flattered me. It's kind of sad that he was the only man in my DMs talking like a normal person, but he was. I don't know what dating apps do to people's social skills. Like, it's not just a grinder thing. Chud was funny. We talked about Pokemon and being losers. He talked a lot about being autistic, which caught me off guard. One of the sweetest things he said to me was about his fitness.
He's actually, as you can tell, that's the real Chud the Builder, and not the, like, cynical. Now, the real Chud the Builder is still the kind of guy who chose to do with his platform what he does, but the character of Chud the Builder is a character at the end of the day. Like, the toughness and, like, confidence he's flaunting is a character. Never forget that. This is what he's actually like. He's in messages trying to rizz up a trans woman, talking about how we're both such losers, and oh, don't you like Pokemon too? That's the real Chud the Builder. That's the real guy behind it. Yeah. But then, of course, don't forget, he shot a guy.
He said, I'm kind of like you. I changed myself into the person I wanted to be. And the empathy in that from a chaser really floored me. I'm used to hearing a defense of trans people in a more middling way. Like, they don't understand it, but they can tolerate it. Like,
you can do whatever you want.
If you want to destroy your body and be an ugly freak, that's your right.
Chud's analogy to fitness was positive and non-judgmental. It's closer to how I actually feel about being trans. I transitioned to make my life better, not just for aesthetics, a fetish, or whatever fucking rage bait reason they thought of this month to impose on us. When he hit me up, I asked if he bottomed. I don't know why he said this. Basically, like, he said,
I'm a top. I've never bottomed. I don't want to bottom. Like, I don't do any of that gay shit.
And I don't know if it was, like, my fault, because back then I was like, I don't like bottoms. And I mean, bottom chasers are a thing. And girl, I'm 6'2". Like, I feel like it was just...
There's way too much gay terminology for me to follow what's going on. I need, like, a gay to straight translator. Help me out, guys. What is a... Okay, hold on. I'm thinking back to that episode of American Dad where Stan decides he's going to make the choice to be gay because he believes that being gay is a choice. And he decides that he's going to hook up with one of his gay neighbors. And he says, hello, I've never had sex with a man before, so I decided, due to your proximity and the convenience, it should be you. And the neighbor, who is gay, does not look interested. And Stan can tell just by the look on his face, and he says, before you ask, I believe I'm what's called a power top. And then before Stan can even stop talking, the gay neighbor says, I'll go get my things. Like, to get ready for the date he's asking him out on. So I wish I knew enough of the terminology to know why that is funny, but I apparently that joke is very good.
Me, like, I'm so HSTS, bitch. Like, oh my god, like, I'm only a bottom. Girl, you don't even know how to bottom. Not true. But yeah, I've topped some dudes. Especially now that we know we got
okay,
pegged,
baby otaku
like,
and Series
it
of
was either
Stars.
coke
Makes
or it
sense.
was a lie. I feel like it was a lie because I feel like that's why he was looking for.
I genuinely thought it was more like a dom sub type thing, not okay. So it's literally mechanically. It's a mechanical thing, not a dynamic thing. I see.
For training, but at the same time, like, there was a point in our hookup when my hands got too close to his ass, and he like moved them away. So I'm like,
it can be
if
both.
you wanted
Okay.
to bottom, why not let me finger in it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I'm saying?
let me put a finger in it. Come on. Look, the nail's broken off. Easy. Okay.
Back on track. No, we're not.
But I asked if he reciprocated, you know? And he said, I mean, I love going down on girls, so, like, I don't see why not. Okay, that's hot. Again, he acted like a normal person. He hit all my green flags, at least at the time, where it's like, he treated me like a normal girl, agreed to be seen with me in public, wasn't pushy about pictures. When he agreed to take me out, he said, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. My town hates. They're always screenshotting my grinder, calling me gay and shit just because I'm autistic. It was like, damn, that sucks. It's just funny how he framed it in hindsight. Baby, like, they're doing that because you're like racist. Like, you go into places and say the N-word, not because you're on grinder and autistic.
Because if so,
Is it like, was it known before this that Chud the Builder was on Grindr? I feel like, was he just getting away with it because people assumed it was a troll? But, like, you have to imagine gay people in, like, Miami or wherever the fuck Chud hangs out, see that fucker show up on their Grindr and are like, isn't that the guy that goes around yelling the N-word? I did not? Yeah, well, apparently a lot of people are finding out just now, but it seems like it should have been very, very, like, easy to find information that he was on Grindr in the first place, because it's a dating app. It's, like, proximity-based, right? So, like, you could just be a gay person on Grindr, and then if he's in the city you're in, then you would see him, I guess, possibly on your feed, right? Is it like Tinder where you just left, right, left, right with your swipes and stuff, and it's just like who's in the 10-mile radius, 20-mile radius of you? Because I've used Tinder, and that's how that works.
maybe like guilty.
And okay, like, I think I do want to talk about it, but I'm kind of sick of it, of the, like, R-Trap's gay argument. I can tell when a dude's gay. I was a fucking gay dude. I know these dudes are not gay. I can clock it. And it's just annoying. Like, even in woke ways, people will try to be like, yeah, like, you're a woman, but, like, not really. Like, bro, all these dudes are, like, they're attracted to femininity. One dude, like, I'd be like, oh, I gotta take my estrogen or whatever. And they're like, that's so hot. They're straight and, like, attracted to the difference between me and them. Heterosexual, attracted to difference. It's like hyper feminine to them because it's like I started in the same place that they did. You know, whatever. Read me, whatever. I don't give a. You can call Chud gay. To me, I just call him Trade.
He's not gay. It's not gay to be attracted to trans women. If anything, it's more that, like, he might be bi, maybe. It's just, the reality is that sexuality is really not as black and white as we like to pretend it is. Assuming you are 100% straight and anything other than that makes you gay, then yeah, I guess you could argue that in a sense he's probably gay because he's on Grindr, but, like, in this case, no, he's not gay. He's hooking up with a girl. He's attracted to femininity. He's attracted to her taking feminine hormones and stuff. Have you not heard of trade? I don't even know what trade is. Wait, trade is another term, Zan? Trade. Huh? Average person isn't 100% anything. I see. Yeah, I don't know. The way I see it is that, there's probably a very, like, large gradient of sexuality, because it seems like there are a lot of people who are, like, mostly straight. Maybe they've done some gay shit before, and they have, like, different levels of comfortability with gay shit. Like, you'll meet straight dudes who are comfortable enough with gay shit to do some stuff that most other straight dudes just would prefer not to do, but they're like, not too bothered by it. Like, that kind of thing. It's less that they're gayer, and it's more that they're just not as uptight about being straight. Does that make any sense to you guys? Like, I think it's absolutely possible to still be, like, a straight person and still have a little bit of flexibility to it, still be in that straight area of the gradient. It just seems that's how it actually works in real life, especially when you look at cases like ancient history and how they handled that kind of thing. It seems like they had more room for nuance in it, even in, like, ancient Greece.
At least back in the day, it's like a man who will receive femboys, tranny on the DL, but doesn't reciprocate. But these days, it's kind of just like any straight dude, fuck trannies and femboys, like, he's down. I feel like that's a good word for that. I guess it's like ball culture or whatever. Sorry, they came up with a good word. You know, black people came up with trade. White people came up with gynosexual. Ew. Girl, he ain't trying to smash my gyno. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Like, I've seen what happens when men come out as dating trans women. My ex, like, whenever he posted pictures of us, I mean, he lost so many friends. It does suck. I don't think any straight man is fully secure in their sexuality enough to just be like, yeah, I'm a straight dude and I'm sure there's some base dude like that, you know, but
maybe
if they're
one
woke,
or two.
They have to be like, I'm queer. I'm like, no, you're not. I hear all these stories from these bisexual men who are like,
I date women, I date trans women. I tried to fuck a dude, but my heart's just
Is that
not in it.
Hassan? Is that Hassan?
no, you're not. I hear all these stories from these bisexual men who are like,
I date women, I date trans women. I tried to fuck a dude.
I'm sorry, but that just looks like Chud Hassan to me in the middle. That's just beautiful. Oh man. Listen, Chud the Builder, when you get out of prison, my friend, accept your true calling and become a woke boy housewife husband, boy preggers house husband for a lawyer trans business wife, okay? That is your future. That is the only path to redemption for you when you get out of prison. Become a boy preggers house husband to a lawyer trans woman business wife. All right? She brings home the bacon, you're the house husband. You do the laundry. That is your future, Chud the Builder. Or else.